Have you ever tried to lift something really heavy, like trying to move a giant rock in your backyard? You push, you pull, but it just won't budge. It's frustrating. Now imagine you find a long, sturdy lever, a small stone to use as a fulcrum, a simple seesaw with a small pebble on one end lifting a huge boulder. You wedge the lever under the big rock, you push down on the other end, suddenly the rock moves, it feels like you've been given a superpower. You didn't get any stronger, you just used a tool to multiply your own force. That, in a nutshell, is exactly what leverage is in finance, and more specifically in the wild west of cryptocurrency trading. It's a tool that lets you control a much larger position than your own money would normally allow. This isn't a secret Wall Street trick for the ultra-wealthy. It's available to almost anyone in crypto. Think about it like this. You have a small amount of capital, say $100. So how does this borrowed power actually work in the crypto market? It's simpler than you might think. When you decide to use leverage, you're essentially taking out a short-term loan from the crypto exchange you're trading on. Let's say you're very confident that the price of a certain cryptocurrency is about to go up. You have $500 in your account that you're willing to invest. Instead of just buying $500 worth of the crypto, you decide to use 10 times leverage. The exchange sees your $500, which they call collateral, and agrees to lend you an additional $4,500. Now you have a total of $5,000 to trade with. This borrowed capital allows you to open a much larger trading position. Your $500 is now controlling a $5,000 position in the market. If your prediction is correct and the cryptocurrency's price increases by 10%, that's a 10% gain on the entire $5,000. That means you've made a profit of $500. After you close your position, you pay back the $4,500 you borrowed from the exchange. You are left with your original $500 plus the $500 profit. You just doubled your money with a 10% market move. That's the magic. Of course, the exchange isn't doing this out of the kindness of its heart. They make money in a few ways. First, they charge you interest, often called a funding fee for the money you've borrowed. Second, they profit from the trading fees you pay when you open and close your supersized position. This system of borrowing is what makes the crypto derivatives market so active and, frankly, so volatile. When you start looking at leverage on crypto exchanges 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times, 125 times, the time simply stands for how many times your initial capital or margin is being multiplied. So, if you're using 2 times leverage, you're controlling a position that is 2 times the size of your investment. If you put down $100, you're trading with $200. This is pretty low leverage, often seen as a more conservative starting point for beginners. It doubles your exposure, meaning it doubles your potential profits and doubles your potential losses. As you climb the ladder, the numbers get bigger and the stakes get higher. Let's look at 10 times leverage. With 10 times leverage, your $100 now controls a $1,000 position. For every 1% the market moves in your favor, your investment goes up by 10%. With 100 times leverage, your $100 commands a $10,000 position. It's the financial equivalent of strapping yourself to a rocket. A 1% favorable move doubles your money. The times multiplies everything. It doesn't just multiply gains, it multiplies risk at the same rate. Let's tell a tale of 2 traders both starting with $1,000 on this very day, August 23, 2025. Our first trader, let's call her Chloe, is a cautious optimist. She believes a new crypto project is about to announce a major partnership. She decides to use 5 times leverage. Her $1,000 in collateral now controls a $5,000 position. As she predicted, the news breaks and the token price jumps by 20%. That's a $1,000 gain. She doubled her initial investment. By making a smart, calculated bet and using a moderate amount of leverage, she amplified her success significantly. For her, leverage was the perfect tool. It can fast-track your portfolio growth and turn good trading ideas into great ones. Now let's look at our second trader, Leo. He is more of a thrill seeker. He decides to go all in with 50 times leverage. His $1,000 now controls a massive $50,000 position. A rumor spreads that the partnership deal has fallen through, the market panics, and the token's price dips by just 2%. 2% multiplied by 50 is 100%. He gets liquidated, his $1,000 is gone in minutes. The side of the coin nobody likes to talk about. The higher the leverage, the smaller the margin of error you have in volatile crypto, A tiny move can be catastrophic. Leverage can amplify a small mistake into total loss. If you're still curious about leverage after hearing about the risks, approach it with a strategy built around safety. Start with a checklist and a trading plan. Start small, ridiculously small. Use money you'd be fine losing, like a few cups of coffee. Think of it as tuition money for trading. Open a position but set a stop loss. Understand the fee structure. Never use money you need for rent, bills, or groceries. Use low leverage. Forget about 50 times or 100 times. That's for professional gamblers, not beginners. Start with 2 times or 3 times leverage at most. Low leverage gives you a wider margin before liquidation. Learn to use a stop loss, non-negotiable. It's your safety net. Example: close the trade if you're down 10%. Decide in advance how much you're willing to lose. It removes emotion and prevents small losses from spiraling. Never open leveraged trades without a clear stop loss. Driving a car without brakes? You're asking for a crash. Never stop learning. Crypto is always evolving. Watch tutorials, read articles and white papers. Do your own research. Don't just follow influencers. Leverage isn't a shortcut to wealth, it's a tool to magnify knowledge and strategy. Approach it with caution and education. Jump in blind and it will be a very expensive lesson.